how to build the most aesthetic physique full workout plan for men 40 plus. Want to know what shocked me when I analyzed elite trainers' plans for men over 40? The most aesthetic physiques aren't built with endless volume and brutal 2-hour sessions. In fact, that's a shortcut to injury and burnout. I was talking to a 65-year-old who looks 45, and his secret was counterintuitive. Train for function and aesthetics follow. If your shoulder aches just thinking about bench press or your lower back dictates your leg day, this plan is for you. We're replacing ego lifts with joint-friendly exercises that create a V-taper, capped shoulders, and a strong core by training the body as one connected system. Number 1, trap bar deadlifts for a safer back. You've probably noticed that most guys still swear by traditional barbell deadlifts, hauling weight off the floor like they're auditioning for a strongman contest. The problem? That rounded lower back and collapsed chest aren't just a form issue. They're a slow invitation to injury. Discs compress, hamstrings complain, and your recovery becomes a week-long battle with ice packs. My analysis shows there's a smarter way, using the trap bar. This hex-shaped bar allows you to step inside and lift while keeping your chest upright. That slight adjustment transforms the mechanics entirely. Instead of the spine taking the brunt, your glutes and quads share the load. Research from the NSCA in 2020 confirms it. An upright torso reduces shear stress on the lumbar spine while still allowing heavy loading for strength gains. What surprised me in the research was just how dramatically this shift protects the back without sacrificing intensity. Think of it like leverage with insurance. The trap bar moves the center of mass closer to your body, redistributing weight evenly and making the lift more joint-friendly. Compare it visually. A conventional barbell pulls you forward, chest caving, shoulders rounded, whereas the trap bar keeps you stacked, efficient, and ready for the next rep without wincing. Your back will thank you, and you won't need ice packs after every session. For men managing past injuries or tight hips, the trap bar isn't just convenient, it's transformative. A subtle modification I recommend. Start with lighter weights and focus on slow, controlled movements, really feeling your glutes fire. Even if you're a veteran lifter, this can reset how your posterior chain engages. And here's where it gets interesting. Once you master this lift, structuring your entire workout around movement patterns rather than isolated muscles creates compounding effects you won't get from standard routines. Next, we'll break down exactly how to organize your sessions so your core, back, and legs strengthen together in harmony. Number 2, movement patterns over body parts. I've noticed too many men still approach the gym as if it's a buffet. Pick a bicep curl, then a chest press, maybe a tricep extension. The problem? Isolated exercises may make muscles pop in the mirror, but they don't build strength that matters in real life. More importantly, they increase wear and tear on joints without improving coordination or balance. My analysis shows a smarter approach, structuring workouts around movement patterns, not individual body parts. Think push, pull, squat, and hinge. Each pattern recruits multiple muscle groups and reinforces how your body actually moves, creating strength that transfers beyond the gym. What surprised me in the research is how much pattern-based training preserves joint integrity while still letting you load up for serious strength gains. Here's how it breaks down. Push. Anything pressing away from your body, like a bench press. Pull. Rows, pull-ups, movements that strengthen your back and posture. Squat. Goblet squats, front squats, movements that engage glutes, quads, and core together. Hinge. Trap bar deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, posterior chain work without stressing the lower back. By rotating through these 4 movements, you hit every major muscle group while improving coordination, core stability, and overall mobility. The value is clear. Fewer exercises, bigger results, and less cumulative stress on shoulders, knees, and spine. You're not just building aesthetics, you're building a resilient, functional body that can handle daily life long term. A subtle trick I recommend: focus on quality of movement over quantity of exercises. It's about depth, control, and intentional tension, not rushing through sets. Once your movement patterns are dialed in, intensity becomes the next lever. Learning to leave a few reps in reserve protects your joints, manages stress, and keeps progress consistent. That's exactly what we'll break down in the next section: how to push hard without wearing yourself down. Number 3, never train to failure. Many men still operate under the belief that pushing every set to absolute muscle failure is the fastest path to growth. The problem? That mindset spikes cortisol, stresses joints, and prolongs recovery far beyond necessity. My research shows that chasing failure is one of the fastest ways to derail long-term progress, especially for those of us who care about sustainability and preserving strength over decades. The solution is surprisingly simple. Leave 1 to 2 reps in the tank on every set. My analysis shows this small adjustment preserves tendon integrity, reduces joint wear, and keeps recovery manageable. Schoenfeld's 2016 study confirms it. Training just shy of failure stimulates comparable muscle growth while avoiding unnecessary fatigue. What surprised me is how consistently the strongest, most resilient men approach their training this way. They prioritize precision over brute force. Think of your body as a high-end watch. You want precision, not a full-blown meltdown. Every set should feel deliberate, with control over the lift, tension in the muscle, and awareness in your joints. By doing so, you build sustainable strength, maintain mobility, and protect your body from setbacks that set most men back months. A subtle modification I recommend: you start each session with a slightly lower load and focus on smooth, intentional reps. Track how many reps you have in reserve rather than chasing exhaustion. Over time, this method compounds, letting you handle heavier weights, preserve structural integrity, and stay injury-free for years. Leaving reps in reserve isn't just about joints, it's about keeping your fast-twitch fibers alive. Most men neglect explosive power as they age, but that's exactly what plyometric work will address. Next, we'll dive into how short, sharp movements ignite those fibers, improving speed, strength, and overall athleticism without the risk of overtraining. Number 4, plyometrics to maintain fast-twitch fibers. Too many men trade explosive power for long, slow sets as they age, and what happens is predictable. Fast-twitch fibers shrink, reaction speed drops, and athleticism quietly erodes. The problem isn't just appearance, it's function. Losing this kind of power affects posture, balance, and even your metabolic efficiency. The solution is simple but overlooked: short, sharp, explosive movements. Box jumps, medicine ball slams, kettlebell swings. These recruit fast twitch fibers that conventional lifting often ignores. My analysis shows that preserving these fibers keeps your muscles firing efficiently, supports posture, and even boosts metabolism because these movements demand more from your nervous system per second than traditional lifts. Think of it like this: box jumps don't just build your legs. They fire your nervous system like a spark plug, creating instantaneous power that carries into every lift, every step, and every daily movement. Medicine ball slams train coordination and core engagement simultaneously, while kettlebell swings reinforce posterior chain strength without overloading the spine. What surprised me is how quickly a few focused plyometric sessions per week translate into noticeable agility and posture improvements, even in men who've been lifting for decades. A subtle modification for caution: start with lower heights, lighter balls, or smaller swings, emphasizing control over volume. Fast twitch training isn't about exhaustion, it's about precision, speed, and intensity in small doses. Once your fast twitch fibers are awake, your back and posture respond like nothing else. That's exactly what we'll explore next: strict pull-ups that build back width, reinforce posture, and tie all your core and upper body work together seamlessly. Number 5, strict dead hang pull-ups. A lot of men believe they're building a wide, powerful back with pull-ups, but most rely on momentum, kicking, swinging, or jerking themselves up. The problem is clear: sloppy reps steal the tension from your lats and place unnecessary stress on your shoulders. The result? Limited width, weaker posture, and forearms that fatigue before your back even engages. The solution is dead hang, controlled pull-ups. Start every rep from a full dead hang, shoulders active, chest slightly lifted, and pull deliberately until your chin clears the bar. My research shows this technique maximizes lat recruitment, reinforces shoulder integrity, and builds grip strength simultaneously. What surprised me is how quickly a few weeks of strict reps transform posture, giving that subtle V-taper that communicates strength without even flexing. Think of it this way: sloppy pull-ups are like trying to play a grand piano with one hand. You might hit some notes, but the harmony is lost. Dead hang pull-ups bring every fiber into play, reinforcing your upper body structure in a way that carries over to every lift and everyday movement. If shoulder or elbow issues exist, reduce volume, use resistance bands, or start with negative reps to protect joints while still engaging the lats. Precision is more important than quantity. Once strict pull-ups are mastered, the real secret to a pronounced V-taper emerges, and it's not just shoulder presses. We'll cover that next, showing how a subtle shift in training emphasis can redefine your back entirely. Bonus point: building the V-taper. Men often assume that shoulder presses alone sculpt the V-taper, but that's only part of the picture. The real architecture comes from heavy, targeted back work, rows, strict pull-ups, and lat pull-downs. My analysis shows that when you prioritize the back, not just the shoulders. Your upper body creates a natural width, making the waist appear smaller, posture straighter, and lifts more powerful across the board. Think of it like investing in an old world mansion. The facade, your shoulders, catches attention, but the hidden structural beams, the lats and traps, carry the weight and define longevity. That's why a strong back isn't just aesthetic. It tells the world you're built to handle far more than office stress, grocery bags, or weekend DIY projects. What surprised me in the research is how even moderate increases in back volume dramatically shift perceived presence, making subtle strength obvious without ever flexing. Quality over quantity matters. Sloppy pull-ups or rows risk more than they reward. Drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Your V-taper begins with intent, not ego. Next, we'll cover the final safety reminder, plus a mind-blowing bonus for those who stick through the full breakdown, a secret that turns all these exercises into long-term results you can see and feel. Conclusion. Remember at the start, I told you only 5% of men over 40 stay muscular and athletic? Now you know why. It's not luck, it's strategy, consistency, and understanding the nuances most men overlook. Sign 1 showed us that core strength isn't just about abs, it's the foundation for posture, stability, and every lift you do. Sign 2 reminded us that controlling intensity protects joints and keeps muscle growth sustainable. Sign 3 highlighted leaving reps in reserve to prevent burnout and preserve tendon integrity. Sign 4 proved that explosive movements, plyometrics, keep fast twitch fibers alive, fueling power, metabolism, and athleticism. And sign 5, along with our bonus point, revealed the V-tapered truth. A strong back drives presence, posture, and all-around performance more than shoulders alone ever will. You're 40, 45, 50 plus, that's not a disadvantage, it's your edge. Experience, wisdom, and intent now matter more than raw energy. Every rep you take, every controlled movement is an investment in strength that compounds over time. My perspective shows that staying lean, resilient, and powerful isn't about chasing youth. It's about refining what you already have. This is what we talk about on this channel. Science-backed, practical ways to stay lean, strong, and physically capable while enjoying life fully. If that's useful to you, subscribe. I post daily about physique, fitness, and strength for men who want to live intentionally. Hit the bell so you don't miss it. Strength isn't given, it's built quietly, deliberately, and with purpose. The man who invests in himself today sets the standard tomorrow. Age is just the currency. You decide what it buys. Feel free to suggest a topic you'd like to watch next in the comment section. We'll notify you once it's posted. And if you want to dive deeper, check out this video next.